the parts of Chapter 3 of a research. So let's discuss first on what is Chapter 3 of a research, or also known as your research methodology. So your research methodology is your study's blueprint. It's not about the results or the interpretation. It's about the method you use to get them. So you walk readers through every major decisions, like where your research conducted or took place, who your participants were, how you collected data, and how you made sure that the study was ethical and valid. So this chapter is crucial for building credibility and showing that your research process was intentional, logical, and replicable. So there are structures of Chapter 3 in research. So what to include in Chapter 3? So you have your research design, research locale and context, population and sampling, research instruments, data gathering procedure, data analysis plan, and ethical considerations. So let's discuss it one by one. So what is a research design? A research design is a structured plan or blueprint that guides the entire research process. So it outlines how data will be collected, measured, and analyzed to answer the research questions. So a well-organized research study ensures that the investigations is systematic, organized, and aligned with its objectives. So it provides direction and prevents confusion during data collection and analysis. So what to include in your research design? So this includes the research approach, if it is quantitative, qualitative, or mixed. Your specific design, for example, descriptive, correlational, experimental, or case study, and why this design is appropriate for your research questions, and how it aligns with your study's goals and hypotheses. Or your research setting. So here you describe the physical or institutional environment where your study took place. So this helps readers understand the context of your research. So what do you include in your research setting? So first is the exact location. For example, the school, community, company, or institutions. Second is the key features of the locale or the setting, for example, the population, the culture, or the demographics. Next is why this setting was chosen and how it supports your research focus. And any access considerations like permissions granted. Next is the population and sampling. So in this section, it focuses on who your participants are and how you selected them. So you will define your population clearly and explain the sampling method used to choose participants. So in population and sampling, this includes the description of your target population, like for example, the background, the characteristics, and then the sampling method, example, in a simple random or purposive or snowball or stratified. And next is the sample size and justification. This also includes the inclusion and exclusion criteria and your limitations of your sampling strategy if applicable. So next is the research instruments. So the research instrument, it describes the tools you use to gather your data. So this can include questionnaires, interview guides, observations checklists, or digital tools like survey platforms. So in a research instrument, it explains how it was made and validated. So next is the data gathering and procedure. So in this section, it outlines how the data collection actually happened step by step, and it walked the reader through the process and sequence. So this also includes the full-time timeline out of data collection when it started and ended, and how you recruited participants and gained consent, and any approvals or coordination needed with institutions or communities, and a step-by-step breakdown of how instruments were administered or interviews conducted. So next is the data analysis procedures. So it explains how you processed and interpreted the data you collected. So this is where you show that your approach to analysis was structured, valid, and matched the data type. So this includes the data analysis approach, the tool software used, the procedures for cleaning, organizing, and interpreting data. For qualitative, how codes and themes were generated. And for quantitative, which statistical tests were used and why. So for ethical considerations, in this section, it proves that your research respected human rights and academic integrity. So it's critical for building trust in your process. So this includes informed consent from participants, confidentiality and anonymity, institutional or ethical committee approval, respect for vulnerable populations, and secure data storage and use. Chapter 3 of your research project or the research methodology is where you demonstrate the rigor and credibility of your study. So by carefully choosing and justifying your research design, sampling techniques, instruments, data collection, and analysis methods. So you build a solid foundation of your findings. So a well-written methodology not only strengthens your project, but also prepares you for defending your research before examiners or peers. So always remember that the clarity, justification, and ethical responsibility are the keys to a strong methodology chapter. So that ends my video, and I hope you learned something today. Goodbye and